welcome to Medical Dialogues, your daily dose of health and medical news. I am Dr. Nandita Mohan and let's look into the reports for today. Moderate caffeine intake during pregnancy may lower the gestational diabetes risk. It has been observed that around 80% of women in their reproductive age consume caffeine daily. Well, there is some further good news for them. The findings from a recent study published in the JAMA Open Network have reassured that moderate intake of coffee in the second trimester of pregnancy was associated with a lower risk for gestational diabetes mellitus development. Robotic radical prostrectomy found to be superior to open surgery for localized prostate cancer. A radical prostatectomy is a surgical procedure that removes the prostate gland and attached seminal vesicles. A recent study published in the European Urology has suggested that robotic radical prostatectomy procedure is oncologically safe and maybe even functionally superior to open surgery for localized prostate cancer. Ketamine swiftly reduces suicidal tendencies in patients with depression. Suicidal ideations, often called suicidal thoughts or ideas, is a broad term which is used to describe a range of contemplations, wishes, and preoccupations associated with death and suicide. Suicidal depressed patients need rapid relief from suicidal ideation. A new study has found that ketamine, a sub-anesthetic drug, improves the neurocognition in patients with depression and suicidal ideation within a day. Chronic heart failure associated with high mortality risk in malnourished patients. The authors from a recent research have mentioned that chronic heart failure is associated with increased mortality risk in malnourished patients. The study showed that the prevalence of malnutrition in patients with heart failure was 46%. This led the authors to highlight the fact that malnutrition in patients with chronic heart failure should be considered to reduce the occurrence of adverse clinical outcomes. Isankisumab proves effective in moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Plaque psoriasis is a chronic immune-mediated systemic disease characterized by patches of inflamed and thick skin which is covered with dry and silvery scales called as plaques that are typically accompanied by a burning sensation, itching and pain. For such a condition, isankisumab has demonstrated a favorable safety profile over short and long-term treatment in patients with moderate to severe psoriasis. This should help practitioners make long-term treatment decisions for their patients with such conditions. That's all for today. See you tomorrow.
Never miss a medical update from Medical Dialogues. Like, subscribe, and press the bell icon.